Hey everyone! Hello, hello, hello. Aloha, I should say. Coming into you guys live. It's Friday, November 18th, and I am in the beautiful state of Hawaii, as you can see. And today I'm going to be coming at you with episode 25. The two forces that can control your habits and how to get control of them. So real quick, if somebody can do me a favor and let me know, like, am I good? So Christy Rouse, Teresa, can you guys just put in the comments, are you guys seeing me correct, or am I sideways? Because all the comments are coming up sideways. So anyway, hopefully that I'm good and that you guys can see me good. Hi, Teresa, am I good? Like, is my orientation okay? I am sideways. Okay, cool. I'm glad someone told me that. So now I will not be sideways. Give me a second, guys, to fix this. Ooh, hold on one second. I'm propped up on a table here, on a towel. I was sideways. Okay. There we go. I'm good now? Awesome. Okay. So, hello, hello, and aloha, aloha. I'm coming at you guys from Hawaii. And today we're going to talk about episode 25, which is going to be habits, the two big factors of habits. And I want to start by saying a quote that says, show me someone's habits, for a day, and I'll show you their health, the health of their relationships, the health of their body, and also the status of their bank account, right? Because your habits are going to determine everything that you do. And so if you think about, I think it's some crazy number, like 90% of what you do today, you did yesterday. And it's automatic. Habits meaning it's an automatic response, and you're acting automatically. That's what a habit is, right? Like, you don't have to sit there and think about brushing your teeth. You just go and automatically brush your teeth. Well, if you can change your habits, you can change your life. If you can change the activities you're doing every day and take out the habits that are not serving you and add in the ones that are, you can literally change your health, you can change your relationships, and of course you can change the amount of money in your bank account. So the two things that affect your habits the most, sorry, the wind's blowing here, is the subconscious and the conscious mind. So the conscious mind is willpower, it's decision, it's the ability to make choices. It's imagination. It's where we get to sit here and dream. You can dream, you can visualize, you can design. The conscious mind is where you're inputting all the decisions or all the things into your brain that will ultimately become your habits. So it is governed by reason, by your values, by your dreams and goals and what you want. So the first thing you have to do is continually put in your conscious mind all the things that you want, right? That's why your conscious mind is like, they say it's like an iceberg, that, like, here's the iceberg and here's your conscious mind. Let's say that this is sticking up. This is your conscious mind, and the stuff that's underneath that you can't see is your subconscious mind. And the conscious mind is where you can live by design. So you're constantly, one thing you can do to impact your habits is put your goals and your dreams and everything you want to achieve in front of you consistently, right? This is why dream boards work. This is why little sticky notes, maybe if you have a rank that you're chasing, or just make some sticky note says, make your call today. Like, did you make a call today? Did you touch your business today? Did you drink your water today? Did you exercise discipline in your mind or your attitude towards your family, right? Because again, what I want to teach you guys, because success is not just monetary. A healthy body is a healthy mind. If you don't have a healthy body, it's really, really hard to have overall success. And if you have unhealthy relationships, and you're not in harmony with your children and your spouse, it can really impact your business. So MLM is not just about, getting the courage and the discipline and the habits to sell product to make money. creating a life by design means having harmony and health in relationships, right? And if you're fighting with your spouse all the time, you're probably not going to be in the mood to build a business, right? You're not going to want to talk to people. You're not going to feel like you are worthy. And if you're unhealthy and you're sick, you really can't be of an asset to your team or yourself, and that's going to stunt your ability to go far. So I think that, you know, when we talk about habits and self-discipline and anything we talk about the mind control, we really ought to also get clear with all aspects of our life. So, you know, conscious mind, this is something that you can sit there every day and imagine. You can dream, you can design, and just remember, you know, that building right there wasn't here at one time. It was an imagination. It was something, an idea in somebody's mind, and now it exists, right? Everything that is around you, you know, these earrings were a design, and someone drew them on paper, and then they took the metal and the diamonds, or the platinum and the diamonds, and they formed them, and it became physical. So remember that everything that you can dream up, you can have. I know, even if the craziest stuff, no matter where you are right now, you have to use your conscious mind to govern your habits. You've got to be, you know, you've got to be making choices every single day. You've got to be dreaming. You've got to be visualizing. You've got to be overriding, you know, that automatic response. You know, when you get up in the morning, most people just go and maybe drink some coffee, brush their teeth, have some breakfast, maybe get dressed. Those are all habits, right? Well, you can create new habits, but you have to be using your conscious to decide which habits that you want to create. You have willpower. So all of a sudden, if every day you have an unhealthy habit of scrolling Facebook for an hour, you've got to exemplify willpower in your conscious mind, you know, and you've got to make a choice to stop doing that, right? Just like you have to have willpower to pick up the phone. You have to have willpower to ignore ridicule, to ignore the noise, to ignore the distractions. You got to have self-discipline to put down Candy Crush or turn off TV or whatever it is and do the things you need to do. That's the conscious mind. So this is your moral guide. This is where you take in all of the things that you've learned and you say, okay, well, is this something that's congruent with my values, congruent with my goals, congruent with my dreams, my visions, and where I want to go? And is this serving my definiteness of purpose? And so the conscious mind, even though it's only a small part of it, because remember, the tip of the iceberg below is the subconscious mind, and this is where habits become automated. So you've got to understand that there is a harmony with your conscious and your subconscious. It's like a loop, right? So you have something deep rooted and you don't even know about it. All of a sudden it guides your conscious mind. You start doing these habits and these things that aren't serving you, that are destroying your health, your life, or your business. And you don't even know that you're doing them because they're long-term program. This is deep programming. This is something that runs automatically. This is from the time you were born, when you're growing up, you heard the average American child hears "no, you can't" 5,000 to 1 over "yes, you can" by the age of 18, and then we wonder why people aren't, excited to have confidence and be entrepreneurs. So this runs automatically. Your subconscious is deep, and it runs automatically. So all those things that you're doing, that getting home from work, you might kick up your heels and watch TV. That might be a subconscious thing you just do every day. You're going to have to start programming the conscious so that your subconscious gets new information, because subconscious will keep you going. 90% or more what you did yesterday, you will do today again, the same exact thing. And that is your habits. And those are run automatically because of the information that you have given it thus far. Whatever you have given it thus far, to however old you are or young you are, you have programmed your subconscious to do what you need to do, or lack of it, right? Turning on TV, chatting on the phone, scrolling Facebook, playing Candy Crush. So what you need to do is you need to reprogram it with the new things. And again, that goes back to, you go through the conscious, where you have willpower, where you have the design and the imagination and the discipline and the thoughts, the dreams, the visions that you can input information in deliberately every day, and you can create new deep-rooted conscious desires. And that's where you can create new habits. So you give the subconscious, you give new orders in, and you're going to get new habits out of it. And so this takes self-discipline, but just remember that it is a habit, or it is a practice where you have to be deliberate about it. So use your subconscious mind right now. I mean, what do you want? I mean, yes, my dream was to be able to design my life and work from beautiful locations like Honolulu, Hawaii, from the beautiful Aulani. I'm going to show you guys, and this place is ridiculous. This is what I'm talking about, work from home. Heck no, work from, let's see if you can see the oceans right there. Look at that. They have a lagoon, a shark-free lagoon for the kids to swim in. We've got fountains, got a whole little, let's see, that little, where is it? I don't know. Water slide tower over here. You can't really see it. You know, beautiful hotels. Absolutely amazing, guys. Like, this is what I'm talking about. You know, creating new habits, designing your life, having the willpower, having the, I guess, the habits, the conscious decision. So remember, everything starts with you, and you can create new long-term habits. You've got to be deliberate over it, and this is where self-discipline comes. Self-discipline is the bridge between all of your goals and accomplishments. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Look at, I have little friends here. Look at these little, they're right here. Look, little birds. They're just chilling, like they're sleeping. I think they're being inspired. They're gonna be like, we're gonna build the biggest nest, and we're gonna have new habits. I'm inspiring about 6 birds now that have come, and literally they're laying on the ground, sitting here keeping me company. This is hilarious. So, you know, get your habits working for you, right? If like I have a horrible habit, and one of the ways I've had to break it is I've had to put a note. Like, I work from home and I'm on my phone and I'm walking around the house, and I had a habit of walking into my pantry while I'm on the phone and just putting my hand in like nuts, chips, whatever. And that was a bad habit that wasn't serving me, because I wasn't eating because I was hungry. I was eating out of a habit because I was bored, right? So what I had to do is when I was consciously thinking about my goals, I had to go put a sticky note on the pantry door that said, are you here because you're hungry or because you're bored, right? If you're hungry, you'll eat broccoli. If you won't eat broccoli, you're not hungry, you're bored. Right? That's the bottom line. Is a starving person will eat any food. So if you won't eat something that's not like your favorite, then you're really not hungry, you're bored. So, you know, I had to do things like put that on there. It's like, hey, why are you in here? What are you looking for? Get out, sister. You know, you don't need these nuts right now. You just ate like an hour ago, right? So you have to do that. I also had to put alerts on my phone to drink water, or, you know, better yet, what I did is ended up getting a really, really big jug of water and putting it on my desk. And I have a habit now that when it's empty, I go and I refill it. And now I'm, you know, getting more water than I was. And then everything, you have to start doing what you can while you're thinking about it, right? So when you're thinking about your goals and you're thinking about your habits right now, and again, I always think that everyone should go and do a really good inventory of your habits. Like, take it every day, hour by hour, and say, what habits did I do in this hour, that did not serve my definitive purpose? It didn't get me closer to my health goal, my relationship goals, or my business goals. Because you're gonna find that, you know, a lot of times you're doing stuff automatically. They're not doing anything for you, and it's all because of habit. So you have to control your conscious mind when you're thinking about it, right? When you're thinking about it, write a list of things, write a list of triggers for your health. That was mine. Walking into my pantry, not drinking enough water, not preparing, right? So if I'm not preparing to eat good, I'll eat bad. And so meal prep. And people say, I don't have time to meal prep. Well, like, let's talk about this for a second. Like, yes, you do. Instead of making dinner one night, you make enough dinner for 3 nights. It's the same time, you're just making bigger portions. Everyone has time to meal prep, right? And everyone has time to do everything they want, by the way, because we all have the same time, and there's people that are succeeding with your same amount of time in your same company, with your same products or services, with your same mentors, with your same corporate team, with your same websites. They just have different habits. The people who are succeeding have just designed their life, and they have been taking their conscious mind, their willpower, their ability to create, imagine, design, dream, visualize, and they have been disciplined at creating new belief systems around what they want to happen, and they've been self-disciplined enough to do them daily so that they become habit, and so they become subconscious and automatic. Your subconscious will give you the impulses. All of a sudden, like I had this gal that I used to work with, I don't know, 11 years ago in mortgage, and I had the impulse to write her the other day, and she said, you know what, this is actually a time in my life where I think that I need to start a business, and I'm going to look at your stuff and I might get involved with you, because I had the impulse to call her. I mean, I probably haven't talked to her in a good year and a half, and I had the impulse to connect with her. And so when you get those impulses, that's your subconscious mind saying, hey, do something that's going to get you towards your goal, right? If all of a sudden you have the impulse to go on a walk, because that's your subconscious mind saying, hey, you know, you told me that you wanted to get healthy, yet you're sitting on the couch, let's do something different. So the habits are going to be fed by two things. Number one, you have to deliberately feed them through your conscious over and over and over again, willpower, self-discipline, you know, keeping them in front of you until they become so deep rooted in your subconscious that they become habits and that they're getting closer to. So instead of having a habit of picking up Snickers or chips, maybe you start having a habit of picking up a carrot, a celery, or an apple or something. And instead of sitting on the couch or scrolling Facebook, you get in the habit of doing something that's an income generating activity, making a phone call, doing some follow-up, sending information, scheduling appointments, booking out your calendar. Those are all habits. Success is a habit and takes discipline. You know, the other day I was thinking about, really only about 1% goes on to have extraordinary success. But you know what? That's in all areas, right? I, of course, always want to look good, and I want to work out, and I want to lose weight. But think about how many people are fitness competitors, are fitness models. Like, so little, like maybe 1 out of 1,000 women who work out can actually go to the extreme of looking so amazing that they could literally be on a cover of a magazine. 1%, not even 1%, probably a tenth of 1%. Why did they get there? Is it hard to make chicken and broccoli? No. Is it hard to work out? They work out 45 minutes to an hour a day. Is it hard? No. They just had the discipline of making a habit of doing it because they kept their goals in front of them. And they did things every day. Habit. Working out becomes a habit. Eating healthy becomes a habit. Saying no to soda and alcohol and juice and sugar becomes a habit. So look at your habits right now. I would take inventory. Are they serving you, or are they keeping you where you are? Because your life right now is an progressive accumulation of all the habits that you have thus far. And if you want to change your life, you want to have more money in the bank, you want to have more impact on people, you want to have better health, and you want to have relationships, you have to change your habits. And you have to be disciplined about it every single day. I would recommend putting your goals in front of you. I would recommend putting them on sticky notes. I would recommend putting them on your screensaver, on your computer, in your office, maybe in the rear view mirror of your car, somewhere it's not going to distract you, that every day you see it. And start small. Just try to change 1 or 2 habits. What happens is people get this burst of, I'm going to be skinny, fit, and I'm going to I'm going to go to the top of my company. And all of a sudden they try to do way too much, way too fast, and their subconscious comes crashing down on them, and then they have failure. So just try to change 1 or 2 habits, just 1 or 2 habits at a time. Don't go nuts, don't go bananas. And then of course declare it to your spouse, declare it to your mentors, declare it to your team that, hey, I'm going to work on this, and I'm going to make a habit. I'm going to make prospecting a habit. I'm going to make, learning a habit. It's all habits, guys. So take an inventory of what your habits are today. Get the subconscious working for you by programming your conscious, and that will lead to the success you want in all areas of your life. So I want to say thank you guys for joining me. I will be back on Monday from the beautiful Alani Resort. And remember, please go to subscribe on YouTube. And I apologize, I didn't bring my laptop. I forgot it. So all of our YouTube, I will be catching up on Thanksgiving or Friday, all the YouTube at Create Wealth with Tara. YouTube.com, Create Wealth with Tara, and all the episodes will be there. Please feel free to share with your team, because I do not list collect, I do not email collect, and I do not share my products or services, nor will I ever. So thank you guys, and have a happy weekend, and I will see you guys back here on Monday. Thank you. Aloha.